it can go the other round as well, where it just gets completely out of control and you just lose before you come online.
And you see them pushing a tower, and your team's like, shit, we gotta defend. You're in same story with the Invoker. Invoker doesn't defend towers. None of these heroes on Escape defend towers.
I would really like to see a Quas Wex here, I think. Because one of the best ways to deal with them is you electrocute the Slark. During his ult, he will just dismantle the Drow or the Mirana.
Okay.
And if you do the Exalt Invoker, you can't really do that. You don't have anti-push. There's like no threat. But on the other hand, do you have enough DPS? I think it's gonna come down to the Ench, what she can do in the early game.
I was just gonna say the same thing, because if the Ench has a just okay game where she does a little but not enough, I just see Navi steamrolling over towers and game's over, because neither Invoker or Slack is particularly proficient defending towers.
Predictions. So. How long will the game be?
Less
than 30.
Yeah, less than 30. Navi's got this. They're gonna go
number
fast.
of Blink Daggers purchased.
By 25.
Stark.
Only
Invoker,
Mirana by 25, maybe.
I think
0 to 2, anyways.
Yeah.
I see 1.
It could be 3 if Slark gets 1, but well, there's Beastmaster too.
First tower killed Navi. Ench is not gonna. I mean, Ench could, but I don't think so. Most kills at the end.
Probably Navi.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I very likely see this game could go just quick Navi steamroll through taking towers. All depend on the Ench. Not to say oh, it's over, Navi have won this, but Navi's draft are much easier to execute.
What we've seen, by the way, they smoked up in the fountain right away. Casual TP to off lane and the support TP to mid lane. They got out really deep wards right away without being spotted. It's really nice. And they do go for the Exalt Invoker. So they will have to be... the early game needs to be really, really good. The Ench needs to make it work. Which is going to be troublesome because Witch Doctor is so good against Ench.
Yeah, I imagine your role is to be where the Ench is ganking. Pick up an early TP if you have to.
We spoke about the bottom kind of chasing the Ench. This is Witch Doc's role now.
Early high ground ward mid. Navi deciding which bounty rune to go for. They're going to head bottom.
Did they Ra on bottom? So it's a carry bottom and the mid Drow?
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen this. I believe Navi they have done Dendi Drow mid before, and Teacher, of course.
Wait, they just conceded both runes for free? They didn't contest any of them.
And that was they had the high ground on everything. They saw where Navi were going. They saw them head bottom. Problem was Invoker was already committed to the bottom rune. And Navi themselves had vision of the Invoker. So they were like, well, Invoker level 1? I mean, Escape's level 1 fight is pretty bad. Slack, Invoker, Ench, Beastman. None of these heroes actually have fight outside of the Venge with the stun.
And to be fair, bounty runes aren't as big as they used to be. You know, you don't want to risk your life for it. If you're not confident with it, you shouldn't do it.
Style in the mid
and
lane.
Champions is starting on the big camp, getting a Centaur, pretty good creep.
Yeah, may even just grab 2 creeps and then
definitely gonna wait for a second one.
Or
doesn't have a smoke yet though.
Yeah, it doesn't have a smoke. Oh, you could just walk to the top lane.
And lane with the beast for a while as well. But then again, I really like this carry Mirana there because wow, you saw that? How you blocked the arrow with the hawk?
Nice.
That was so good. But yeah, like the carry Mirana,
easy CS though.
It's kind of like a counter to the Ench already, right? They're expecting the aggression on the safe lane, so they put Drow in mid lane instead.
Gets the cast, kills the Forge Spirit. Art style.
Yeah.
Typical art style. I'll take my farm.
Wait, so for Navi, they secured mid lane with the Witch Dog. They secured safe lane with the Bottom.
They secured off lane as well with the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, 1v2.
It's going to be really hard for Escape to have the good early game that they need to have.
Herod is getting beaten down. Does have the poor man's shield and plenty of regen, but this is a lane where Nature's Prophet...
The trees just beat him up so badly. 32 damage.
All it takes is General getting like an early phase boot, and suddenly he can be a menace, teeping around the map, doing some good ganks, good pressure.
You can see the creeps on bottom lane. You have 2 waves coming in for General. He's having a really good time there already.
There's not a whole lot they can do.
Even
if they hit that, General can just go for the TP out after the stun, or force the stun and then TP out.
Yeah, it would have been close. At least they would have gotten some space, but
yeah,
unfortunate.
So Wave gonna continue to push here as Synderen gonna try D-ward the pull camp. Misses on the first sentry. Will have the second one available.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, guessing wrong. Have to commit 2. And there we go.
Eats it as well. Sadly, didn't get it the first time, as you said, and doesn't spawn, but looking to pull the big camp instead.
I mean, we talked about this being a game for Ench to do a lot. Yapster so far has not found any openings, partly because of that safe lane Mirana.
Kazu's middle with an Invis rune. He's skilled Axis as well. Okay. They're gonna try to go for a kill here, I guess. But it's weird with the Beastmaster, because they also saw the ball rotate in.
Yeah, first Shockwave gonna miss as well. Dendi should be fine. And yeah, it looks like, no, he's gonna stay Invis here. He wants to try and summon a boar on top of Dendi. Cold Snap is there. First blood happens bottom lane. Dendy, they're going to keep our eyes on this gank as Dendy gets shockwaved against Fairy fires up.
One more shockwave. He needs to dodge the next shockwave. Hey, he's not going for it? Oh, I think it was a miss micro.
Yeah. Would have been enough damage.
It's such a huge range.
What happened bottom? That was a Seniko Oracle rotation, I believe.
He just got mauled down
outside.
pretty much. He just got right click. Yeah. I mean, they don't really have more than right clicks, but yeah.
With Drow, right clicks is all you need some of the time.
Like what happened is he pounced aggressively and then he was kind of stuck. And you see how much damage he takes? It's crazy.
This does not feel like a game where Slack is going to be able to
snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have a really rough time. This looks more like the Navi we know. Just put on the aggression.
Yeah.
Leave Didya alone in safe lane. That's what
we're
we
not
know.
seeing the aggression quite yet, but you know it's coming.
Yeah.
And this is a draft which will snowball completely out of control.
You know, it makes sense for them to pick carry Mirana because it really goes with their style too. Just like ditch him on the safe lane and.
Well, but you know, before the Ags upgrade, they were running carry Mirana for Dicha, like going for like the old Lincoln's build and stuff, and just playing this safe lane carry that couldn't be ganked. Bottom lane, Synderen
dead.
Caught out. General may need to TP home. Good for a self-sprout, but
he took some. He didn't de-aggro the tower. He took like 4 tower hits.
If he de-aggroed the tower, could have perhaps he had the teleport and everything.
Yeah, he would have survived, but he took like 4 tower hits. It's like 300 damage on a Prophet. Well, that was really good for the Slark. He's right back in the game.
Well, for now. As soon as the push comes in, he's going to be right back out of the game because he's like, so I recovered, but I still can't do anything, guys.
Half a level until Mirana ult is up. Escape will have to need sentries ready on mid lane as well as the bottom lane. Rotation coming in on top. Kaiser might be in trouble here.
Here we go. We start with the purge.
He's dead.
Dicha gets the double Starstorm off, and Kezu goes down. Seniko securing that kill.
Double Starstorm is just so sick damage.
Era getting low again at this bottom lane. Had some creep support from a Mud Golem, but that's not going to...
He has no regen left either. He desperately needs at level 6.
I mean, that's the thing. This is that point in the game where if you're slacking, you go back to base, you lose so much.
Yep.
You'd like to stay here and leech XP for level 6, but you're also very vulnerable. It is nighttime, though, so it does have that vision advantage over NaVi.
Yeah. Drow almost level 6, half a level as well, and then the advantage will really start to ramp up.
Yeah. Bottom lane. I think they know Era's low. They've seen him now. He's got backup in the form of Synderen.
Just Golem's throwing some rocks. The chicken actually flew in, but without any regen, so Era thinks he can survive until level 6 without any additional regen.
Oh,
they might lose the tower, though.
I mean, let's say NaVi happy to just take this tower, perhaps. Era
they can't go in. Era can't go in. They can't kill him.
Yeah. No. Oh, nice Moonlight Shadow as well. Synderen getting low. Yeah, the
Yeah.
right-click damage with the precision or a drought. And this is pre-level 6.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not level 6 yet. Synderen's dead. They're gonna get the tower right after this. Oh, the chicken is dead. It flew in the tower range. Ah. Unfortunate miss, Michael, but you know, just happens sometimes.
Can they kill Yapster? He's got 2 points in the untouchable, so right-clicking this guy, not easy. They may just have to give up. The cast going to start bouncing around. Does not bounce back to Yapster immediately. Now it does. General.
You have to be careful. Oh,
not quite.
You got an urn. A kill here would be really big for Yapster.
Yep, he wants that, and then he can heal up, and it looks like they will find at least 1 kill, possibly 2. The axes swipe through both, and they'll clean up here in the bottom lane. Era does not quite get level 6, but he will.
Leaving with P.
Range creep.
Nice, perfect.
Creep. Whew.
Now we can start playing Dota again.
Yes.
But you see, Yapster just knew exactly how much he can tank, and he just set up 2 beautiful kills for his team.
We've seen a lot of different edge builds. I like that he recognizes this game to go for this untouchable because of how right-click important Navi's draft is. As far as finding kills, it's all about those right-clicks. Perhaps until like a Witch Doctor level 6 happens.
Yeah. Beastmaster close to level 5. 3 more minutes until the tomb comes out.
But every tower taking a beating. You've got top and bottom tier 1 both close to deny range.
Koikwa's keeping up in CS and mid lane though. It's pretty impressive.
Yep. Synderen. So we'll get met by the Slack though. Kao's going to bounce around, and Era doesn't have mana for the ultimate, but not going to need it.
Wow! So that hit was like 120 damage. Ooh. With the minus armor.
And yeah, and the bonus damage from the Venge, so.
Yeah.
NaVi. We talk about them playing aggressive, and this is a classic NaVi aggressive draft, but you've got to sometimes control that aggression.
They got a top tower for free pretty much. Jumping on a beast.
Yeah, he's been
he
jumped
can't dodge
on.
the area, he can't. Nice. That was so good. He couldn't dodge anywhere.
Yeah, Dicha, I mean, you talked about how he used to play Mirana. He is a Mirana player. He knows how to play. This is one of those teams that has three Mirana players, really. All 3 of their cores. Neither of the supports perhaps known for it, but
If you have 3 cores, you don't need any supports playing it.
I mean, Yapster would like to have a word with you after yesterday, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like, if you play like Yapster, you going on Prophet. Prophet might. No mana for ult on Era. Era's just dead.
Yeah, and the cast bounce kept going back and forth. Artstyle saves the day. General's got the invis. He's going to throw the ultimate out as well, and it swipes through Cinder and TP on home.
This is really problematic. This has been the second time Era just simply doesn't have mana to use his spells.
We're going to smoke up now, head towards the mid lane. Koikva could be in a very vulnerable position here.
Yeah.
And with an Exo Invoker, you've got no good escape. No Tornado, no Ghost Walk.
Smoked up on the edge though.
I mean, this is...
Oh, this is going to be so bad because they want to go and it's...
Yeah, Koikva's thinking like, oh, I'm baiting, but no. Navi,
baiting.
they're coming for you.
Yep.
It's Dendi. He is stuck in an ice wall, so it looks like Dendi will in fact go down. They'll get the 1 kill here. Can they find more? The leap will not catch up to Dichara.
N should be able to chase him down. Moving speed advantage.
It's a risky chase, and the uphill miss in the first impetus.
Shouldn't do it anymore.
Dicha does have another Starstorm if he goes in treads, and yeah, I don't think you want to chase into this. And
General just is an amazing game. He's so farmed.
you
Pressure into 2 already.
the towers dropping is just going to start to build up the Navi economy. And we look at it now, it's a 4,000 to 5,000 gold lead. Drums is completed. General perhaps needs to find a way to TP out of this one, and Cold Snap is there. Can Sprout? He's not.
Yeah, he's pretty much dead. We're gonna need the Cold Snap. Another kill to Era.
I guess if you go for the Sprout TP, the wave gives vision for the Cold Snap there, so that wouldn't have worked anyways. But
yeah,
could have tried for it.
Level 6 Beast, they need to be able to use this raw, but how do you really use it? Navi's just gonna start to 5-man push towers. They're gonna go for Roshan soon, and then the game, like they will have to take one fight with a really big disadvantage and win it.
Some nice stream micro finds the escape team as they come in towards this mid lane, and Navi will take another objective.
Only 10 more seconds, then Oracle will get us level 6 with the Tomb of Knowledge.
Yep. And
Actually,
you mentioned Roche, and Navi can really take that at
really
will.
easily, yeah.
General's picked up another ring. I imagine he may just want to go for a mech for the team to help sustain and build up that push.
Nature's Prophet going for a Ring of
Mech?
Region,
Mech
maybe
Prophet?
4-staff. Headrest, mech.
yeah, mech.
Good.
And yeah, Navi's already in the Roche pit. Invoker's going to help him out. Navi say thanks very much, Koikva.
Huh? They're actually backing out?
Maybe this is too dangerous. They're even using a scan. They are a little bit worried about what Escape are up to.
Yeah. But now Kato shows on top, then they will go right back in.
Nature's Prophet TP on cooldown, so they're perhaps a little bit cautious about this.
Wait, why is Cinder and Solo smoked? What happened there? Maybe just play some wards?
Warding smoke. The old fluff and stuff smoke. Era.
And now they just go back into Roche. But they just see the Beastmaster top.
Yeah, and I think they thought they could catch Escape trying to contest Roche with that Moonlight Shadow, but Escape had an Observer Sentry combo, and that'll give them the vision they need. Escape are kind of nearby, but they're going to beat too late.
They really don't want to fight in there. If they fight in there, the game might just be over.
They're too late for this one. Beastmaster remaining top, as you said.
Yeah. It was really good by General because he just summoned trees on top lane to pressure the lane in, and then somebody had to address that, and then he just took a free Roche.
Dicha looking around this bottom lane. Era. Be careful, my friend.
Yep. Needs 1,300 additional gold for the Aghanims on Mirana.
For Navi, this Aegis is probably these tier 2 towers, if anything.
All of them, yeah. Pretty much all of them.
And then next Aegis, the game plan is this Aegis, all tier 2 towers, next Aegis, high ground.
Yeah. And Escape needs to make sure they keep split pushing. They need to find pick-offs. They can't let them group up as 5.
And if Navi, well, the thing is, you also need to be careful not to give away kills, because Navi, in theory, if they get a kill or two, could go high ground with this Aegis.
Yeah.
So.
And you have to be careful you don't like overstay your welcome. Or, for example, if you want to split push and you just lose your base tower or something because they're too fast, you have to be really careful and cautious with the calls they make now.
I mean, this is where a team like Wings would just be like, screw the tier 2 towers, let's just go straight high ground. Like, let's just push right down this bottom lane. And you look at Escape's lineup, and it's like, what have they got to defend? They could go get a one Wex Chaos Meteor out, but
I think that's what Navi's looking to do now. They're going to go for the high ground.
At least force
them
TP
back. Yeah,
you don't have to take... Your plan isn't necessarily to take racks. It's like, hey, let's not give them a straight-up trade. Like, the trade has to involve Escape TPing back to defend bottom.
Yeah. 700 gold until Aghanims is online. Level 6 on Oracle. Headless. Finished. Like 500 more gold for mech. As soon as they have that mech, the teamfight is massively strong.
Invoker doing what he can to trade. I feel like NaVi are giving up a lot in exchange here.
I don't think they should have done it. They should have forced high ground.
That's the thing. We're talking about that they were going to go for that player. No, they're going to go for player top now. They're going to try punish Escape Gaming. Kezu gets taken out before he can TP. Quake for hasn't invoked. Could go into the Ghost Walk. Will do so.
No dust available.
No detection. But yeah, I mean, that's what we're talking about. Like, the team, like, when I've seen Wings play the Drow strat, like, 12 minutes in, they're like, oh, like, screw it. Let's just force high ground. And if they don't react, you get a tier 3 tower, perhaps a range Rax, a melee Rax. If they do react, you force them back to base, and they're not getting that trade. Because Escape got a tier 1 and started to damage the tier 2.
Yeah, they definitely would have, like, at least taken half of the base tower's health and forced them back. 300 more gold until the Shadow Blade on Slark. When he has that online, they definitely need to find pickles, because it's not a teamfight item. It's not going to contribute, like, at all in the teamfight. He's still
finding
really
pickoffs if NaVi are 5-manning, though.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, they're going to go for the tier 2 top now, and they might as well just, like, threaten high ground, because there's no lane pushed in for NaVi right now. No pressure at all on the map.
Dicha is going to have Aghanim Scepter and 20 gold, so that's a huge boost to his damage. Talk about the Enchantress being a problem up until now. Well, that Axe kind of changes things a bit there.
Yeah, Dragonlance on Axe, on Ench. So at least her damage output will be pretty high. But yeah, like Invoker and Slark, they're both going to be pretty much non-factors in those teamfights. They simply don't have the levels and gold yet. They're both very greedy heroes if you play them that way, and it might bite them here.
Right, well, we go back to it. This Aegis is the tier 2 towers, and they've taken all 3 of them. And they still have a minute and a half left on it, so they've been very efficient about taking them.
What they will just do now is control the entire map pretty much, cut down the farm for Escape Gaming, and just really out-farm them, get the next Roche, go high ground.
There we go. Items coming out in the courier. NaVi kind of split around now, defending some of these lanes. They've left a lot of heroes at bottom. Sorry, a lot of heroes at mid, with just general at bottom. Could TP him back in if they want to try and force things. And that's where how fast they've taken these tier 2 towns. They've got a minute to push high ground with Aegis, and they're maybe going to at least get some damage off.
They're going to get damage out. They won't get the Rex, but they will definitely take like half health, maybe even a tower.
And they're kind of trying to force Escape to make a play, because if Escape overextend, they could be a rack. Dicha, when they go, and he gets helped out by the Oracle. That's going to keep him alive for now. The Witch Doctor ultimate on the high ground will force Escape back. And that's what NaVi were hoping for. Escape to think they had to make a play, and that's exactly what Escape do.
But they really have no other choice. And they
Escape also push.
Yeah, but Escape also recognizes like right away they need to make a play, and they don't even hesitate, and they just do it.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, they're in a really tight spot and didn't work out, but you need to take risks.
You only took half the damage on your tier 3. You lose Avenge, and you had Slack creep wave skipping. So it was very much a play like, okay, we're gonna fight this creep wave, or they're gonna take out tier 3. So if anything, that was like trading Venge to save your tier 3. So
I definitely want Venge to die more often, like
yes.
because the
you
aura.
That Cinder and you have Black's approval.
No, it's you know, it's so good against Drow if you actually have that. She has so much base agility, it like slows the push down like a lot. Obviously, it would be good if he wouldn't die, you know. But
I know. Okay, someone's got to die when you're this far behind. I say this far, how far is it? It's about to hit 10,000 gold.
It might as well be Venge. You went 4 staff on Invoker. I think I would have liked to see like a really quick Aghanim, because else you don't have spells ready. Like level 1 Invoke, you can't cast spells. You'll have a really hard time in teamfights.
Mid lane, NaVi say we do not need Aegis. Let's go without one. Sprout will let some trees summon on the high ground. NaVi just going to hit from the low ground.
They really can't defend this, you know?
Tower down. Yep. Now they're going to get to work on, it looks like the melee racks. They're going to force Escape to come in and make a play.
No creep threat
Slark
now,
is, I mean,
they
have taken out the backdoor protect. No, they haven't. It looked like
yes, Slark.
Oh, no,
they have.
No.
How?
They went into base with creeps, I guess.
Oh no, the bottom lane.
Oh, bottom lane too close, and now range and melee racks will go down. They had Slack, now they're going to try and fight this one. It feels like a last-ditch effort from Escape. Era goes in looking for Saniko. Saniko may just ulti himself. He's holding on to it for now. Era sprouted up and controlled. They've lost the Venge. perhaps to the betterment of Escape's defense, since it does apply that aura, but they've also got to do some damage, and right now that's something which their lineup is unable to do in these team fights.
Creep F already on the bottom lane.
Yep.
They'll just get another set of wrecks. Dropping their cane boots for a long time.
Hashtag efficiency. Dropping it for the... just so he can get that extra bit of mana. And NaVi, it looks like they're going to take game number 2. They're 18 minutes in. The classic Drow Ranger strats are back, and looking for a second lane yet. Not over quite yet. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Kez, you're going to throw out a Roar. It's just from the general with a Sunstrike, but the damage with the Deafening Blast, it's not going to do enough. They need that Meteor, and Era tries to engage, but can't do so.
Still got an Oracle ult too.
Well, Mirana right-clicked with Drow Aura, do a lot of damage, and now the buybacks start rolling on through. Era going to go down in the front lines. He's going to buy back 3 buybacks used. This is all in. NaVi have not lost a life yet. They're starting to take a bit of damage. Dendi's about to be healed back up. Kezu going to go down. Era, he's silenced. This could be the end of him, and it's the end of Escape in game number 2 as NaVi tie things up in this 2-game series. Round robin group stage. They get at least the game 2 win. And
all correct.
Oh, mwah, mwah.